So I guess we are live. Right, this is a new YouTube thing where you can actually go live through YouTube. So let's see how this goes. I'm hoping it goes well. Let's share this on the group. I don't know if anyone's watching or not. Seems to be a little choppy, like the camera footage. If you can hear me, let me know. How's it going as a TV? If you could hear me correct, do say so. It looks a little choppy on my end, so I'm trying this out. It's the new YouTube way of, like, usually you have to have a different program and then you stream through that. But YouTube have made their own now, so it's kind of strange. Oh, it's stopping. It's catching up a little bit. Oh, you can hear me fine? Okay, cool. I'm just going to share. I'm going to share the video on the Facebook. In fact, if anyone's on this chat, do you want to go and share it on the Facebook and stuff? And we'll go from there. And as soon as we've got a fair few people, we'll start having a little bit of a chin wag. The sound isn't good, is it not? Is it bad? I was hoping it'd be a little bit better. Well, that's annoying. At the moment, all I really have is these headphones. I haven't got any professional stuff, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm just sharing it. Sounds fine for you? All right, so we've got around 17 people live. What's up, everyone? How's it going? If you're watching this and you're on the private Facebook group, go and post it on the private Facebook group so that we can get as many people watching as possible and we can get started with some Q&A. I'm going to share it. Because obviously we want as many people as possible watching so we can answer their questions as well, right? Ben says, good, mate, you. I'm good. I'm good, mate. I'm good. You know, just going through the motions. You know, got working a bit. What's your favorite Guards regiment? I don't really have a favorite, to be honest with you. 1 second, just sharing it. Obviously. We're going to wait for a few more people to join and then we're going to kick this off. So what's everyone been doing today? Everyone been training? Oops. I guess I can, like, yeah. So has everyone been training today? Working, training later. Literally attempted my pre-gen fitness today at the gym. It was hell. Struggled on my second run to get the 1 kilometer and stop. Probably mental block. Yeah, you need to get through that. That mental block is something you should be finishing. All right. There's a fair few people on now. Ben says I only started a couple sets of press ups. Yeah, you need to be doing more than a couple sets, mate. Matt T. I was at the Guards Museum. That's pretty cool. What was it like? I've never been to the Guards Museum. I'm competing at CTT tomorrow, so no training. What you're competing at CTC? What you doing competing there? Dutch says he still can't run around the block. George Watts, failed my PMC on endurance course, got 8:42 on my second mile and a half. Should I improve on that or endurance? You failed your PMC because of the endurance course. What part did you fail on the endurance course? Because from what I remember, they didn't do the endurance course when I was in PMC. They just did a determination test and a few other little bits. So we didn't really do the endurance course on the PMC, so I don't know what you have to do to pass that. So let me know. Let me know what you failed on the endurance, and we can figure that out, George. Evan says I attempt it every day. Good effort. Ben says you'll get there eventually, Dutch. CrossFit competition at CTC. That's pretty cool. I didn't know they did that. Raising money for Marine charity. That's really cool. I didn't know they did that. I know that there's a few lads who do a lot of CrossFit in the Marines, but I didn't know they did competitions there. That's really cool. I'd have to look into that. Couldn't carry on legs were dead. Okay, so what did you have to do? The run back from the endurance, or did you just do the endurance itself, or did you do the tunnels, or what kind of parts did you do? If your legs were dead, I would recommend doing some long distance. Maybe go for a couple 6-mile runs. Take your time. Don't go fast. I'm talking like 10-minute miles, just nice steady pace. Maybe 9 to 10-minute miles, just steady pace, and just kind of go in your own time. That would be my advice to strengthen your legs. Does diet make a big difference? I've watched another ex-Marine make videos on it, and he said it really doesn't matter. I mean, it does make a difference at the end of the day. Like, if you want to be as fit as possible, diet makes a difference. But at the same time, when you're at CTC, you're burning off so much energy that you just need as much food as possible. So right now, before you go into training, I recommend having a decent diet. But then when you get into training, don't worry about it. And when I say a decent diet, just eat clean food. You don't want to be eating ice cream and chocolate every night. You ain't gonna get anywhere, are you? So make sure you're eating decent. Just so you know, this background, my wife teaches online. I'm actually thinking of ordering a Royal Marines flag and putting it up behind me every time I do one of these live streams. What do you think about that? I think that's a good idea. Put like a Royal Marines flag. I think it'd just look cool. It'd look the part, wouldn't it? Right? All right, where are we? All right, George Roads, just before the tunnels, bunny hops up hills. Oh, yeah, that'll do it, bunny hops. Just try your endurance, mate. Go for a 6-mile run. It's nice and steady, okay? Stephanie? Stephanie, can you grab me some water, please? Cheers. All right, where was I? Did you ever suffer from PTSD after leaving the Marines? Sorry if it's a personal question. I didn't suffer from PTSD. I did have a lot of issues, though, and I drank a lot. I drank a hell of a lot. So just because I didn't have PTSD doesn't mean that I wasn't in a bad state, because I was. But I definitely didn't get in that bad state because of deployment. Cheers. Stay hydrated, everyone. Okay. Did you ever go on combat deployment? Yeah, I went to do anti-piracy on Op Cougar, but I don't know how much I'm allowed to speak about that, and I want to respect the Marines and stuff like that, so I don't want to kind of. It's like when I talk about final acts and stuff like that. I want to respect the Royal Marines and their privacy for training and for deployment and operations. So I don't speak ins and outs of what actually happens. I try and concentrate more on maybe the first half of training and also kind of getting fit for the Royal Marines and the mindset, because at the end of the day, you go on operations and things have to be kept quiet. So, but yeah, I did go on Op Cougar, which was an anti-piracy operation. So yeah. Where are we? What happened to you after training? I went to 4-5 Commando for a little bit. And then I got put as BCR, Battle Casualty Replacement, for 40 Commando when they were in Afghan, but didn't get sent out. I went back to 4-5 and did 6 months of pre-deployment training for Afghan. And then in the very last minute, they had to fill a load of spaces with Royal Marine reserves. So they asked everyone who couldn't drive, which I couldn't drive at the time, to put their hand up, and then they had to go and do something else, and basically got put as BCR for 4-5. To which then they asked people if they wanted to go and do Op Cougar, and I was like, well, I don't want to sit on base for 6 months, so I volunteered for Op Cougar. So what was the best time in the day to do a workout? I always work out in the morning, at least before 12 o'clock. You shouldn't really do it if you're training for the Royal Marines, but I personally like to train fasted. I like to just get up and go for a run. But you should be eating before you train if you're getting fit for the Royal Marines, because I'm doing it just to keep my body fat index down and just to try and keep healthier in that sense. But for you guys who are trying to get fit for the Royal Marines, you need to eat quite a bit, and you need to be sustainable while you're running, and you need to finish your run with enough energy to be able to be in a combat scenario. So don't be fasted and stuff. Just get out there and run. Don't know what you think, but would be cool to watch you play games on Twitch. I did start a Twitch account and I was going to play games. I'm just so busy these days. Like I work full time, I'm at school full time. I've got a kid on the way. What I'm doing on YouTube now is like the limit of what I can possibly do. And I would love to do Twitch, but I just don't think I'm going to have the time for it right now. I want to build my YouTube channel enough so that when eventually I decide maybe when the kid's 6 months old, that I can decide, okay, I want to do Twitch, maybe with the new Battlefield game or something like that, then I have enough supporters to go over there and help me out. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me scroll back up. If you did antivirus, so who is the captain now? Would you ever go into private security work or know anyone that has? I've heard the money's crazy. Yeah, I had a friend of mine who offered me something, but when I met my wife, I turned it down. But we'll get into that because I also respect them as well. You get a lot of that when you get into the Marines and you get into a unit and stuff like that. There's a lot of talk of doing maritime security and all that lot, and the pay is really good. A lad who passed out with me ended up going to like Dubai with his dad, who was also a former Royal Marine, and they did a bunch of work together, and there's all sorts of stuff. So the possibilities for you at the end of the Royal Marines are endless, to be honest. Steve Kyle Smith says, "What did you specialize in?" And Ben Gashi says, "Did you? I'm guessing, did they teach you how to drive if you don't already have a license?" And these two go hand in hand. So what happened was, I went and did the anti-piracy thing. I want to come back. I spent a little bit of time in 4.5, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to hand my chit in and just do 4 years, which sounds a little crazy. Like, imagine just doing your 4 years and handing your chit in, but a lot of people do. And to that point, they said, can you drive? And I said, no. So they said, okay, go to Leckensfield, do all your driving courses. I did them all within a month, from driving a car all the way up to HGV. Did it all within a month, and then got put driver in my last year when my chit was in. I got put down at CLR, Commando Logistics Regiment, which is basically, it's a nice place. It's a good place full of good lads, but there's a lot of lads with the chits in there, and it's just a case of like they're just kind of waiting out. That's what it seemed like anyway. But there's a lot of good lads who are also down there doing a draft of drivers, so that then maybe they can get picked for snipes, or maybe they can pick for ML or something after that. I had a few friends doing stuff like that and other crazy stuff. The money is bad in private security too. Many veterans in circuits, so the wage has gone down. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. There was a lot of people leaving the Corps to do it as well, so it wouldn't surprise me if the pay's gone down. Fitzel, Royal Marine and plant-based. That's a win-win. I'm going to apply in September to the Portuguese Air Force for soccerist specialty. I don't know what that is, but yeah, plant-based is something I've liked for the past year or so now, and I've been, since I started, I've not looked back. Being plant-based is probably one of the best things I've done for my health. It's crazy good. Let me just scroll here. I'm sorry, guys. There's so many comments. Delta 125. Many Eastern Europeans and Africans work for less. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah. As a TV, you are such an inspiration to me, General Marines. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm just trying to help people as much as possible. That's all I'm trying to do. Wolf Rogue. Like, I'm not making a profit from these videos. Like, this is just purely fun and me just wanting to help people join the Royal Marines. That's all it is. Helping people improve their mindset and helping people get to the goals they want to do. And if I make a little bit of money on the side doing it, cool. But right now, this is just fun for me. Wolf Rogue, anti-piracy sounds like it would be an interesting deployment. I would love to do it. But is it as great as it sounds? It's okay. It's cool. You're on a ship for a couple of weeks. Boring, and then you get put, you dock at a place, and you're there for a week. You can look around, you can buy some stuff. It's a case of, it's basically like a money saver. Like, you're not really spending much money. You're getting deployment pay, and you're not really spending it until you go ashore, you know, and people buy like laptops and stuff, and it's more like a money saver than anything. Obviously, I'm not going to speak about the actual deployment itself, but like, you know, as for the rest of it, a lot of people do it for the saving the money and just to get off base and actually do something and feel like you're actually doing something. Because there was so many people BCR at 4.5. I was like, I'm not gonna go anywhere. Like, there was so many people. There wasn't a chance for me going out. So I was like, well, I might as well go and do Op Cougar, you know, and it was a good decision, I think. I thought PMC get paid a lot of money. Sometimes depends on a lot of different things. Let's have a look. Oh, it just skipped. Evan McLean says, cool, mate, congrats on the baby on the way. Thank you very much. Everyone's talking about maritime security. Why not the army? I was actually going to apply for the army, but then because the Royal Marines was always this kind of like thing that I saw in the distance that I didn't think I was able to do. But I got fit enough and decided to just give it a try, and I ended up doing it. So what are your thoughts on the RAF Reg? Yeah, they're good. They do a lot of guarding, that's from what I'm aware. Obviously, they're not like the Royal Marines and the Paras, even though they like to think themselves as like Royal Marines and Paras. They're definitely not. But, you know, to his their own. Like, if you want to join the RAF Reg, good on you. There was a lad in training with me who was in the RAF Reg, and he was a nice lad. I've been vegan for 5 years and will be starting training 3rd of September. Have you spoke to them about being vegan? I've actually been thinking about contacting CTC and just be like, look, I'm a former Royal Marine who does videos. What are the dietary restrictions? Because there's been a few people that have told me that they're vegan or plant-based and they want to be in the Marines. So I don't know, your username is a huge long number that I'm not going to have stuff, but have you spoke to them? And I would love to know if you have. Matthew Langton, what is your relationship with your partner like during your time in the Royal Marines? Obviously I didn't meet my wife until after I was in the Marines. I was with a girl when I was in there, and it can work out. A lot of people have it work out. It didn't really work out for me all that well, but it can work out. Let's have a look. MF Whom says, hi mate, you mentioned having eczema in previous videos. Did it affect you during training or joining process? They did say to me in my medical, because I had eczema, like it was all the way up here, and they said to me like, look, you're gonna have to get that sorted before you go in. To which I just put loads of cream on, and eventually kind of died down. Like I still have eczema. You can't really see it on this camera, but I had eczema. I still have eczema here. And to be honest, I feel like in training it just kind of went away on its own, and it could be a mix of different things. Like when you do drill, you learn to not itch. So there's one thing. Like they will hammer you if you even move. They'll hammer you so you can't itch. Plus, like if you're itching your face, they kind of like hammer you for it. So you learn to just kind of cope with not touching your face, and especially if you've got cam cream on as well. Like you're not going to start scratching with cam cream on. You're going to mess everything up. So you learn to kind of not touch it. If you've got it on your arm or something like that, just put cream on it. Chances are, like, it kind of just goes away on its own. Like, it's weird. It did for me anyway, and there's another lad in training who had eczema, and he said it just went away on its own during training. Could be a mix of just being so physically fit and showering every single second, because you'll shower a lot. And sometimes showering too much can cause eczema, because that's what it did for me. Because I dry skin, basically, from showering too much. But getting dirty and stuff helps, so... Do you know people in SFSG? Yeah. Evan McLean spotted a t-shirt the other day. It said, on the 8th day, God created the Marines because the Paras need heroes. Yeah, I've seen, they sell t-shirts like that at CTC. There's a little store on camp that sells like shirts and all sorts of different stuff and berets and stuff. And they'll have a lot of Royal Marine Commando shirts as well as like fun ones. One was like, the Army Be the Best logo, but like the A and the Y is crossed out, so it just says RM Be the Best, which is also kind of fun. It's all banter at the end of the day, isn't it? Suds Deluxe says, just after the gym, no interest in Royal Marines, just want to get in shape. Yeah, cool. Join the channel if you want to get in shape. At the end of the day, the fitness standards for the Royal Marines is so high. If you look to follow them guidelines, you're going to get incredibly fit either way, even if you don't want to join. So good effort, buddy. Like, smash the gym, all right? Bengashi, is it hard finding a place to live when you left? I just went back to my parents' house for a year or so, and then yeah, I ended up doing all sorts of different stuff. Tom says, AFR kid, there's a lad from work. obviously he's American, and I taught him what our kid means because I'm from Manchester. So that's Tom just being daft. Bless his little cotton socks. They provide vegan meals at POC and AIB. They will support vegan diets if you acquire them. Oh, cool. That's absolutely awesome. I didn't know that. I'm definitely going to look into that to help out more people. That's really impressive. Delta Rosca 125 says, I'm currently in the art process for the civil nuclear constabulary, but the Marines has always been on my mind. Is 26 still a good age to join? Yeah, I saw people who were like age 31, 32, and they were in training, and they were just as good as everyone else. So just because 26 is like the age where people join, to be fair, like that seems between 24 and 26, the majority of the people kind of join at that age. So don't think yourself too old or anything like that. Okay. At the end of the day, if you can do the job, you can do the job, can't you? William Hode, what are you doing at the moment? Like jobs, etc. Well, I'm currently at school full time. I'm doing computer science at University of Southern Maine. I hope to finish my computer science degree in probably like 2.5 years, to which then I want a good job in computer programming or cybersecurity, one of them two, and we'll go from there. Where's your accent from? I'm from Manchester, England. Jesse H asked that. Connor Lil says, how does being at CTC affect your life with the missus, and does it get easier when you pass out? It definitely does get easier when you pass out because you get most weekends off. Like I said, I wasn't with my wife while I was in the Royal Marines, but, you know, I had a girlfriend at the time. Didn't work out, but it wasn't because of the Royal Marines, and a lot of people have relationships and it's completely fine. So I wouldn't worry about that whatsoever. If you want it to work, it'll work. Primal Chief Gaming says, what's the MREs like? I don't know what MREs are. Keep me updated because I've been out the loop for a while. What's an MRE? Fitsoul, I'm quite concerned with veganism in the military. The part I'm more concerned about is when you go to the field during the boot camp and they only have those MRI meals. They're usually never vegan. I do remember them having certain dietary rations. They had like halal. They had vegetarian. So I mean, you never know. They might have vegan now. So it's something that I'm probably going to look into. I'm guessing the MRE. Someone said MRE. I'm guessing you mean rations because is this like a new term for it? But yeah, it was ration boxes are horrific. They're so bad when I was in training. Like the corned beef hash was absolutely horrific. Like you have no idea how bad that meal is. It's so bad. Will you ever do video of things you'd suggest to do to get fit? Yeah, I did the Get Fit for the Royal Marine videos for quite some time. You should check them out. Where am I? What was your day-to-day during the first 2 years? You mean actually in the Royal Marines or in training? In the Royal Marines in general, when you pass out, it depends. Like it really depends on what you're preparing for. At the end of the day, you're always preparing for the next big thing. So you could be getting ready to go to Norway and do Arctic training. You could be getting ready to go to Afghan. Well, I mean, I don't think they do that anymore. But you can be getting ready to go on deployment, or like there's always something you're preparing to do. So it changes all the time. Primal Chef Gaming says, I'm sure the omelets are amazing. Nope. Owain Greener. I'm not very good at pronouncing these names, am I? My mate who was in the Marines said that the corporals in CTC will never make fun or laugh at anyone who starts crying from pain during training, especially after 6 weeks when there aren't many lads left. No, like, why would they make fun or laugh at them? Because if you're in pain while you're, if you're working so hard that you're in pain and you're crying, then fair play. That means you're working hard. Like, if you're not doing the job, then they'll tell you to hurry up. But they won't make fun of you and laugh at you. Like, what's the point in that? You ain't going to get anywhere doing that either. They want you to succeed. This is why I reacted to the US Marine video where they're screaming, because now that I've seen the comments and I know why they scream, they don't really scream at you that much in the Royal Marines. It's more mind games and more kind of, they want you to pass at the end of the day, but the training's so hard, they don't have to scream at you. The training's so hard that you'll drop out if you're not good enough at the end of the day. And when it comes to admin, that's when they'll scream at you. And chances are, with the admin, like, you'll just get better at it. And the screaming, it won't be a case of screaming in your face like, you didn't do it right, blah, blah, blah. They might do that every now and again, but it's more of a, they'll look at it, they'll be like, that's shit, they'll throw it on the floor, and they'll be like, okay, stand by. And when they say you can stand by, it means like something's going to happen. And something might not happen for like a day or two, then all of a sudden they'll be like, do you remember that time when you just didn't clean your locker or whatever? Okay, get down to the mud for the mud run. Do you know what I mean? Like, they'll always kind of mess with you like that. Evan McLean says, I've got a question. Do chips and beans really make the Marines? Manchester lad, yes. Ben says, Kristen Muller, what's the pay like when you're in? How much a month? Much love from Leeds. Yeah, I think you start off at like 800. I think it's like £800 a month in when you first start, and then after a while it goes up. And it goes up quite a lot. And like, I was making decent money because you don't really have any bills. You're not paying for rent. You're not paying for food. You're not paying for any of that. So it starts off low like that, but then goes up relatively quick. Meal ready to eat. That's what the MRE. Okay, yeah. We just called it ration packs. Yeah, MRE is the army food box for the day supply. Yeah, so you had like a little Yorkie bar in there. You probably don't anymore. They probably changed it to something else. They always change it. Your best friend with them little boxes is a little jar of Tabasco sauce. And if you don't get one in there, make sure you take one with you in the field, because it'll make everything taste a little bit better. Why did you leave the Royal Marines? Because I felt like after my 4 years I was done. I wasn't happy. I was depressed, and I needed to sort my life out, and it wasn't going to happen in the Royal Marines. Vegan ration packs are provided. Awesome. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Oh my God. There's so many comments. I'm going to scroll right down to the bottom and then kind of have a look around here. What does CTC mean? Commando Training Center. You should bring back the Getting Fit for the Royal Marines videos. I would, but like I said, I'm so busy right now. I'm training, but I'm not training in that sense. I'm doing more cardio right now. I'm really, really enjoying long distance. I'm thinking of doing some trail running, and I'm thinking of maybe signing up for like a marathon or maybe even a 50K, something really long, because I've been really enjoying that, and I'll film it. I'll film that if you want me to. My journeys, especially in Maine, because there's so much wilderness around. It'd be cool to kind of take you on like a little video diary. What do you think to that? Like a trail run video diary in the woods. Maybe we'll find some moose or some bears, or hopefully not, I guess, but whatever. But that'd be fun, right? Glasgow is Blue says, I'm from Glasgow. Gathered that from your name. If I get put to 4-3 Commando, could I stay at home or drive back to camp? Well, you would be living on camp, and then on the weekends you would drive home. Primal Chef Gaming, I like the fact that they don't scream at you. Yeah, they don't really scream at you all that much. It says, Josh, you won't answer that question. The message was retracted, so I don't know what it was. Are you paid during training? What's it like weekly? Yeah, I'd said that. It's like, I think it's like between 800 to 1,000 a month, and then it just goes up from there. And like I said, you don't pay for anything. You're not paying for food, or you're not paying for clothes. You're not paying for anything. Like, so it goes up real quick. So I wouldn't worry about that. What's the best way to stop stressing about fitness? Is going running or doing some workout, because it's a natural stress reliever. Go for a nice long run. Like, just go for a nice long run and just take your mind off it. What is the best thing an instructor said during training? What is the best thing an instructor? God, it's been so long I can't really remember. But a lot of, like I said, the instructors want you to pass. So like when you're running and you're hanging out, they'll be like, you can do this. Like, they'll tell you can do this. You've done worse. You can do this. Get back up with the troop. Or, or maybe like, I remember this one time when I absolutely smashed this yomp, and we were running most of the yomp, and I was running up and down with these other lads, directing traffic. And at the end, when we all stood outside the grots with the troop, the sergeant called us out. It was like, you know, recruit Jillings and these other recruits, I'm not going to say, good effort. Like, it was absolutely brilliant. You really worked hard, and that was really impressive. But then he goes on to say, you all should be doing as much as that. And everyone's like, oh, this prick. And everyone's looking at you thinking, why do you work so hard? Do you apply to be a part of the different commando groups? You put in which one you would prefer to go in when you're at the end of training. Why is the chat so delayed? I'm trying to read everyone's comment, and there's so many though. I can scroll right down to the bottom. This new chat thing that I'm doing right now. This is the YouTube. Like, they've made their own like thing where you can see the chat and stuff. So when you're watching this, can you see the chat on the side? Like, it's as if it's like a new streaming thing now for people to be able to just do live chats. So I wanted to give it a try because this is much better than having this. I had to download another program and link the chats between them and all that. I don't want to deal with that crap. Do you know what I mean? Like, where are we? Josh, Hunter Company is where you go when you get injured. Yeah, I was in Hunter Company. It's where you go when you get injured. When you're injured, when I was there, I don't know if it's changed, but there was Hunter 1, Hunter 2, and Hunter 3. If you're really, really injured, you'll go to Hunter 1, where you basically are just getting recovery. Like, you've broken the bone, you're just waiting for it to heal. Hunter 2 is where you're doing kind of like a little bit of rehab, a little bit of exercise until you're fully fit to be able to run as much as you want. And then Hunter 3, they absolutely hammer you so the fitness is back up to standard. And a lot of lads who come out of Hunter 3 come out fitter than what they were when they were in training, because they really do hammer you. Matthew says, sent you a message on Instagram. Was you able to pick that up? Okay, so I've got like so many messages on Instagram. I'm trying to answer everyone back, but it's so hard to do it. Like, there is literally so many messages. So if I haven't answered you back, I am sorry, and I will definitely try to get back to you as soon as possible. Are you going to get citizenship? Probably, because the green card stuff is such a bunch of crap that I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I'll probably go for citizenship. What deployments were you sent out in? I did the Op Cougar, like I said before, doing the maritime security. Marriage quarters. There is marriage quarters, but not in training. When you pass out, there is. Do you recommend the Royal Marine Forum online for question answering? Yeah, of course. Of course I do. Like, I was on there all the time when I was getting fit for the Royal Marines, and they help you out a lot because there is Royal Marines on there. And actually, the training team for the PRMC are also on there. So, excuse me. So get yourself on there and don't make yourself look like an idiot. Just try your best to be professional. Remember the commando ethos and all that lot, okay? Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up in the next couple of minutes. Any tips to put on weight? Eat a lot of food. Sykes says, hey, Luke, how's it going, buddy? How are you? Where are we? Advice for PRMC, just make sure you're fit enough to do the test before you go. If you can go to the gym, you can do the pull-ups, the sit-ups, the press-ups, and the 3 mile, then you should be good to go, and the rest of it should be in your head. Granted, there is times where your legs are going to blow out on the endurance course and stuff, but you'll be fine. Just keep working hard, all right? Sykes says, hey, Luke, any tips for a 15-year-old who wants to join the Royal Marines when he's 17? Start getting fit. You got 2 years. Start getting fit and start reading up on your core history and your core knowledge and your current affairs, okay? You got 2 years. Take your time. Once you have completed training, you are randomly put on the commando groups. So you put in your preference, like I put in preference for 4-5 and I got it. Depending on what is needed, they'll send you there. But when I was in training, you pretty much got what you wanted, but it doesn't always work out that way. How high should I get my fitness? How high should I get my base fitness before applying? It keeps jumping, this chat. As high enough to be able to do the PRMC. That's what I would suggest. Are you getting a teaching job? No, this is my wife's stuff. She teaches online. So I'm actually thinking, I was saying earlier, I'm thinking of getting a Royal Marines like flag behind me and using that for the videos and also the Q&As, and that'd be really cool. Okay, there's loads of comments coming in, but I only planned on doing like 30-35 minutes, so I am going to call it quits here. If you need any more of your questions answered, there is an awesome potential Royal Marines Facebook group, which is really cool. Also, Sure, Mr. Human. Also, you should follow me on Instagram for my daily Q&A because I answer a question every single day. If you really want your question answered, like someone said earlier that they wanted my question that they sent to me on a private message on Instagram answered. If you want my question answered, it's a generic Royal Marines question, comment it on the Instagram TV videos because they're the ones I look through first when it comes to answering a question that day. Okay, so if you want to have your question answered, go and comment on my Instagram live TV videos. If you don't know what that is, Instagram TV is the new app that comes with like the Instagram. Like you've got the stories and now there's like a little TV one. And I've got a plethora of questions answered on there already. So go on there, have a look and see if your answer's already been, if your question's already been answered, and then maybe ask it and comment one of the videos and I'll see that. And because there's not many comments on them. So I'll see that and answer them ones first, okay? Josh Murray, any idea when your next live is, or it's just random? It's random right now. Like I said, the little bit of time I have, I'll come on here and chat to you guys and girls because I really don't have a bunch of time because I'm so busy. So yeah, it is kind of random right now. I'm trying to put out 2 videos a week, and if I can't plan a video, I do live like this. I didn't really plan a video, so I've had to go live, and I think sometimes this is just as beneficial as making an actual video. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits there. It's been like 36 minutes. This was really good. Did you guys enjoy watching the live Q&A? Would you want to see more? Like this video if you want to see more of these live Q&As, because if I see the traction, if I see people wanting to see this more often because of the likes and the comments and stuff, I'll do more of it. I'll do like one of these a week and then 1 video or 2 videos, you know. So definitely let me know if you enjoy these type of videos or not, and I'll try and get a better stuff. I'll try and get a better mic and all that lot, and I'll get the Royal Marines flag for the background, okay? So, yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. You're all awesome. Keep working hard, and, yeah, keep training. Before you all know it, you'll have your green berets, and you'll all be happy. All right, take it easy, everyone. Peace. And, yes, I want to end.